Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm just going to do a very quick video on trend lines and trend line duplication. So I know some people probably won't be too familiar with that. All it is when you find a channel with a trend line, you can usually duplicate it to do the same on the opposite side of the market. Meaning, if the market is pushing up in an uptrend like so, you can duplicate the trend line and move it, and then obviously usually you will then find a channel gets created. But instead of just talking about it, I'll show you some examples now. So this is pound US dollar on the 1 hour time frame. If we're looking at this market and draw our main trend lines, you might have something like that. So you can see from the lowest point in the market is moving up. Therefore, I'm using bullish trend lines. You see you have touch, touch, touch. So what I can do is between the first and the second touch of the trend line, find the highest point within the market. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this trend line and push it up there. Okay, so just for simplicity, you've got one touch, you've got your two touch. Where's the top in between these 2 points? Here. So therefore now I'm able to duplicate this trend line and potentially trade the market or set targets for once price gets up here. Because it may well be that you're looking at this trend line, you might have bought somewhere here and you go, you know what, this could be my target. If we play out what happens, you can see price continues to push up to this upwards channel, and then you continue to get that respect. So you can see we've had this here. If we zoom out a minute, you can basically see now what is happening within this trend line. Okay, and it basically will just follow like that. And as you can see, what happened once this trend line was broken, you actually had two nice wick rejections and then a further push to the upside. So you had this here, and then your next zone, you could have had these close ones, or alternatively, you had this perfect touch into it there. So potentially many opportunities and or targets to trade with. And then following that, you could have potentially had yourself a decent trade. Now then, exactly the same market, pound US dollar, on the 1 hour time frame. What can we see? Yes, you've had that trend line here, which if we just literally duplicate that like so, you can see we've had the reactions. Alternatively, what you can do is then mark a new trend line once a bigger move is made, and you can see you've had one touch, two touch. What do? We move the trend line to the widest point of that channel, which is there. So if we just quickly get rid of these, we are basically just saying we've had one touch, we've had two touch. Until you make that second touch, you are not duplicating the trend line, which obviously without a second touch, you can't do a trend line anyway. So just mainly, once you see two significant lows within the market or moves, then look to move that trend line to the furthest way out. Okay, if we then just see what happens with this market, if I just move this thing at the bottom like so, what can we see? Price pushes, 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 and then as you can see, that's what happens. What you can also see here, if we look, is that if we're looking at this trend line, as always, once it's broken, it was literally respected quite well here, but obviously on smaller time frames is where the moves would have happened. You then had a break, retest, coming up into this area, and then there you go. Now, potentially, you've got bearish market structure coming into play. But the biggest thing is, guys, what you can do with the duplication of trend lines, it's mainly once you've had your second touch on the lower, you can use that to find your second touch on the upper. That is the only way that I would personally use them if you was looking to actually enter a trade. If you was just looking to, see it just to see how the market is moving, by all means, keep them on. But this up here, the second touch is going to be your biggest kind of entry reason to wait for based on these two bullish touches here. So I'll find a couple of bearish examples, and we'll currently looking at Euro Australian dollar on the 5 minute time frame. So again, this works across multiple time frames. It doesn't matter which one you do. Obviously, the more structure of a more aggressive highs and lows, the better, simply because Obviously, if you're looking at something like the daily, etc., there's less kind of volatile moves with wicks and highs and lows, so you're going to have less opportunities. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, what's the first step? The first step is we need to identify two highs within the market or two lows within the market that are basically sticking out and potentially could give us a good trend line. So what do? You mark up them two. You've got your first touch, your second touch. Secondly, what are we doing? We are moving the trend line to the furthest part out of that channel. Where is that? That is there. Simple as that. So if I'm looking at this market, you are basically just saying, well, if price comes near this bottom trend line, potentially I'm going to have a move. This is where you can start maybe accompanying it with other confluences like this at the bottom. So if I'm looking at this, I'm identifying that this right here is a huge support level within the market. So you can see you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We won't count them, but you've had 6 big moves from the downside, and now you are accompanying this with the 1.67 round number and also the duplication of the trend line channel. So if you was to just, for example, play this out, what can you see? Price comes down, and there you go, you've got a double bounce as well. So that there is quite a good example of combining other confluences to find what you're looking for. You could either do it, I always find duplicating it to the wicks is the best bet. If you did something like this to join more wicks, great. But for me, I would always say just to go off the wicks themselves. It's a lot more accurate and a lot less subject to, just human interpretation of it. So that's quite a good example of a duplication trend line to the downside, where you've then found common ground with other confluences to then potentially be able to find a move in the other direction. So when used correctly, these are really, really good methods to potentially find areas within the market. I'll go over one more example, and then, hopefully you can understand it a little bit better. Last example here, again, Euro Australian dollar on the 5-minute time frame, and I'll basically just show you a very quick way that you can look at this market. So what can you see? I can see a high and I can see a lower high and a pretty decent gap in between. So they are sticking out, they are obvious, so I'm going to use these two. Use my trend line, 1 touch, 2 touch. What do I do when I get my second touch? I duplicate the trend line to the lower portion of here. Following that, what could you potentially do? Well, it's completely up to you. You can either go off round numbers, you can go off confluences. There's many things that you can do within this market. You've got structure, things like that. So just identifying, maybe some lows within the market in conjunction with this lower kind of moving channel. Let's see what happens. So price pushes down perfectly into there. You get a little bounce. Price then comes back, and what does it do? Exactly the same. And what do we then see? We see the third touch of the upper trend line as well, in line with this high. So just from using structure on the 5-minute time frame and the trend lines, you've been able to identify a bounce there. You've been able to predict a bounce there, and you've also been able to identify the third touch of a trend line, which if you haven't seen that video on the channel, I will put it in the description for you. So just based off this here, you've been able to identify 3 potential positions just from duplicating a trend line on the 5-minute time frame, and this is from Wednesday evening up until the morning. So you've literally got 3 trades within 12 hours? Pretty much 12 hours. And that's it. So I'm hopeful that this video has helped you and that it might at least help maybe build some confluence or confidence around some trades you are taking. Any questions, put them below, and I'll see you.